Good afternoon and welcome to In the Dugout, your place for all things Saints baseball. We're here in the dugout with the Saints varsity baseball team, as you all can see, as we get ready for the big week against Trinity Episcopal this week in Prep baseball. It's been a few weeks since we did this because things have kind of piled up here at the beginning of the year, so we need to catch up a little bit on our season. The Saints are 9-6 going into this week. Good for second place in the Prep League and good for what will be fourth in the state polls when they come out later today. So a good start to the year in many ways. And let's recap a little bit. Going back to week one, we came back from Florida, had a really good week, 2-1, winning a great game against Goochland, 1-0. Great effort on the mound by Madison Furman. We'll talk about that in a second. A big win against Bishop O'Connell, who's usually a D1 power, and then a tough loss to Greenbrier Christian, who currently is number one in the state. One of the things we haven't done as part of this is also award our Player of the Week, and we had a number of good performances that week, but after everything was considered, we thought that the most outstanding performance that week was Madison Furman. First game out of the box, 5+ innings on the mound, gave up 0 runs as we shut out Goochland, and struck out 11, I think, against 2 walks. So outstanding performance in that first week. So congratulations to Madison. Madison gets his Saints baseball mini helmet. Ooh. Congratulations on that, Madison.
Put it on.
Put it on. Week 2 was a little tougher week for the Saints for reasons we won't go into. But the Saints were 1-2. A tough loss to Stewart over there. A lot of chances probably to win that game, but gave up 6 in the 6th inning to have Stewart pull away. Then had a chance to take on Altoona High School from Altoona, PA, here on Jacobs Field, and also lost that in a tough game. Had a chance to tie it up, maybe win it in the last inning, but couldn't pull it out. And then won a game at the end of that week on Saturday against St. John Paul the Great, with a lot of help from some JV guys and some guys who don't normally pitch. Guys like Seth Berman, who got the save, I think, in that game. A young Charlie Vaz, who started the game, and Tyler Layden, who pitched. So it was good to get out of that week with a win. The Player of the Week that week was tough to choose from. We had a number of different guys that we looked at, including Jimmy Starnes, who was 4 for 10 that week, a double, RBI, and 3 runs. But actually, we decided that the guy who should get that week is Hunter Andrews. Hunter was also 4 for 10 that week with 2 doubles, a home run, and 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and only 2 Ks. But actually, if you combine his week with the week before, he was actually 8 for 20 with 3 doubles, a home run, and 8 RBIs. It was a great start to the season for Hunter. So Hunter is week's 2 Player of the Week. Congratulations, Hunter.
Congratulations.
Week 3, we got back into kicking off things in the league. 2 games at Christ Church. Kind of a funky game, lost to weather, even though it never rains. And then played 2 the next day, and then played down at the beach at Norfolk Academy, Norfolk Christian, winning both games against Christ Church pretty handily, and losing a narrowly decided game at Norfolk, and then beating Norfolk Christian to go 3-1 on the week. Again, lots of guys with good performances that week. Jimmy Starnes, again, 5 for 10 that week with 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 2 hit batters, 3 walks. So he was on base almost 2/3 of the time, which is fantastic. But it was not enough to get him Player of the Week for that week. He's just always in second place. Actually, that week we're going to give 2 awards since we played 4 games. We had 2 really strong performances. Hayden Mitchell was 4 for 8 with 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, a run scored, hit by batter, walk, on base over 50% of the time. And then Skylar Petrie was 7 for 12 with 2 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs as well, just like Aiden. A couple walks and 3 runs scored. So it's 1,000 slugging percentage for the week. So good senior leadership there with Skylar and Hayden Mitchell being players of the week. Unwrap that. They're both over there.
Error. Take it away.
Take it back. Take it back.
Away.
All right. The next week was collegiate week. Only 2 games that week. A tough loss at collegiate, 3-2 with Evan Justice, who did a nice job. I think we had some chances to score late. Couldn't take advantage. Lost 3-2, but then came back over here to win 9-7. Had a hold on at the end, but we're up pretty good on those guys. We had Hunter Andrews and Nick Biddison were both 3 for 7 that week with an RBI. Hunter had a couple RBIs, but finally this week the player of the week goes to Jimmy Starnes. Jimmy was 4 for 8 at the plate with a double, 2 RBIs, a run scored, no walks that week, which is unusual for him, but still only 1 K. But he not only did that, but he went out on the mound and threw 5+ innings for the win, gave up only 4 hits, 4 walks, 3 earned runs, but 11 Ks to match Madison from earlier in the year. And we spoke before the game, and I said to Jimmy, I thought that we needed his leadership in that game. We lost to collegiate. We really needed him to go out there and kind of radiate leadership and poise and calm no matter what happened. We went out and kicked a few balls early and gave up a run, but he stayed focused and he really kept them to 1 with the help of some defense after that, and that set the tone for the rest of the game and how it went. I thought that was huge on the mound as well as at the plate. So congratulations to Jimmy for finally getting Player of the Week against Cleveland. All right, so in our last week, a great chance to test ourselves against some different kinds of folks. Grassfield from down Chesapeake, who was very good last year. I think they had a solid team this year. It was great to go after them and beat those guys 7-4. Setting up a semifinal game against Benedictine, which I thought that was the first time I really felt like I saw what this team is capable of in some ways. We got down to those guys 5-1. But the guys did a great job doing what we asked them, what's printed on the back of our shirts, which is competing. I thought Hunter did a really great job of that on the mound. That was the word that Benedictine's coach used last night when we spoke. He just was really impressed that Hunter just kept going out there and battling, and they kind of shut down at that point, didn't score. And then offensively, we did the same thing. We scraped a run here, scraped a run there, and the next thing you know, it's a 5-3 game. And all their momentum was gone, and we had it. And we got into their bullpen, and they struggled at that point to throw some strikes. And when they did, we got a couple key hits and jumped out at those guys. Got a little hairy at the end with the lights and pop-ups and all that sort of stuff. But we could have lost our cool at any time in there as well, and we didn't do that. And so it was great to knock those guys off who were number 1 in the state and number 3 in the area. So that was a highlight, I think, of the week. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the deal with Lee Davis on Wednesday. They're number 6 in the area, so they're a very good team. Good ball game. They got the big hit. We didn't, and finished 2-1, which isn't too bad in that kind of tournament. We had a number of guys who performed well. It's worth mentioning. Connor Crook came in there and threw almost 4 innings of relief during the week, got a save, only gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, a K, just throwing strikes, getting people out. Patrick was 4 for 9 with a home run, a couple RBIs, a couple walks. It was good to see him put the bat on a ball, hit a changeup out against Benedictine, and Murph only 2 for 8 on the week, but had a couple big RBIs in that Benedictine game, but also came in and threw three innings to get the win against Benedictine. It's a great first appearance on the mound at varsity level, and to get the win as well is awesome. But the guy who gets Player of the Week for that week is Nick Biddison. Nick was 5 for 10 with a double, couple RBIs, 2 runs, while catching every inning of the 3 games in 3 games back to back. And since he's been in there, has kind of shut down the running game of our opponents since he's moved over from shortstop. So that's been a huge help for us in settling some things down. So congratulations to Nick for Player of the Week. All right, coaches, any thoughts on the week, on the season so far? For those who don't know, this is Coach John Waite, Coach Jim Starnes, Coach Jason Schilling. Behind the camera is Coach Andy Stratton, speaking as much as he likes to speak. Of course, Coach Knuckles is not with us today. So, any thoughts, coaches, before we wrap up?
I'll go first. This is not about anything specific that we've done so far, just in general, where I see this team, where we've been so far, and where I see us going. We haven't done anything yet that this team is capable of, which is, for me, very exciting, given I think we know what we got and we just haven't done it yet. There's a lot of really good, explosive baseball yet to come from this team, and I think they're committed to it. I know we are, and that's very exciting. So stay tuned, second half of the season.
Coach Wade?
Pretty much the same thing. I think we've had our ups and downs. We've struggled a little bit to get to where we are, but I do think we're in the right frame of mind to finish the season well. As you talked about, last week, I think it really helped to bring things together. We know what we need to do, and I think we're prepared to do what we need to do to finish the season well and get on a nice run and try to reach some of the goals we set at the beginning of the season.
I don't think I have anything else to add.
All the old guys got stuff to say. We had a great meeting with the guys last week after the tournament. Thursday we came in and we just had a team meeting, and I was really impressed with the guys. I told them that last week, as well as just before we were filming, that we talked about what are our goals for the rest of the year. And I was expecting a lot of what I would call product goals. We want to win the Prep League title. We want to win the state. And there's nothing wrong with those goals, but they can be big goals that are hard to think about on a daily basis. Those things did come up, but the guys actually talked about very specific things. They talked about process things, the things that if you do them, they will lead to those sorts of things in the end. They'll lead to those kind of product goals. So they talked about how we approach our at-bats, how we play defense, how our pitchers should approach things on the mound. So look for a couple things from us to do better. When we do these things well, we're good, and we want to do these things better. Offensively, we want to be hunting first pitch fastballs, pitches in the zone, in our zone, not taking pitches that are good pitches to hit and then getting behind the count. We want to do a better job of that. So we want to be a little more aggressive. On the mound, we want to be similarly as aggressive, throwing more first pitch strikes. That's something that the group came up with. We went over some stats, and we could be better by putting the other team in a hole a little bit. Defensively, we think we can be better by expecting the ball more, wanting the ball, each guy on the field, so that we're a little more ready to play. And I think if our pitchers do their job, that will help the defense does their job, it helps the pitchers, and then we all want to come in and hit, and that creates a great environment and spirit that is the fourth goal. Like, we want to better support one another on the field with our enthusiasm, not wait until late in the game get excited about anything. So look for those things from Saints baseball. We're going to wrap up here tomorrow. Big game over at Trinity. Trinity is 4-0, first in the league. They are ranked third in the state. We're 3-1, second in the league, and number 4 in the state. So this is a big week for the guys, and it starts tomorrow. I think they're excited about it. We had a good practice today, and we should be ready to go. Look for us to maybe have a shorter thing. We won't have 5 weeks to go over in our broadcast in future weeks, but I'll also talk a little bit about the down on the farm. Things are going on in Saints baseball at the JV level, 8th grade level. The JV team is having a great year right now and playing well, and that's good news. And maybe hearing a little bit about some of our alums playing college ball. We got some guys like Charlie Yorgan and Sam Partee are doing really well at the college level right now. So we'll look for that in future broadcasts. In the meantime, we'll see you all in the field. Thanks for listening.